The board of cement producer PPC has approved the capital expenditure of 3 billion rand for the construction of its new integrated plant in the Western Cape. Construction is due to commence in the second quarter of this year, and the plant will be commissioned by the end of 2026. The plant will have capacity of 1.5 million tons of cement per year and will replace and increase the capacity of PPC's existing site in the Western Cape. CA Sales has delivered a 25% jump in annual headline earnings per share. That's as the group benefited from recent organic growth, acquisitions and expansion into new regions. The firm offers services from distribution and warehousing to marketing and in-store promotions for fast-moving consumer goods. CA Sales' clients include AB InBev, Coca-Cola, Heineken and Tiger brands. The firm has declared a final dividend of 24 cents. Ascendis has posted an 11.7% rise in half-year tangible net asset value per share. The health and wellness investment holding company says this shows the resilience of the group's portfolio under challenging conditions. The growth was driven by a strong performance at the firm's medical division. Looking ahead, Ascendis is positive about its outlook. The company's focus will be on growth through new product offerings, new customers and new geographies. It also has highlighted that there could be potential acquisitions within the group. Datatec expects gross profit for the full year to be 6% higher. That's as the ICT company says both Westcon and Logic Colors continue to deliver an excellent financial performance, and the group benefited from good demand for its technology solutions and services. The firm will open its books on the 27th of May. Sirius Real Estate is shaping up its portfolio. It's inked a deal to acquire a multi-tenanted business park in Mönchengladbach. That transaction carries a price tag of 17.2 million euros, which is about 338 million rand. At the same time, Sirius has also announced that it has exchanged contracts for the sale of its BizSpace Cardiff site. That deal is valued at £5 million, which is roughly 120 million rand. This represents a 10% premium to current book value. And South Africa recorded foreign direct investment inflows of 7.5 billion rand in the fourth quarter. This compares to outflows of 3.2 billion rand in the third quarter. The Reserve Bank's quarterly bulletin says that the inflows were due to increased equity investment in domestic subsidiaries by non-resident parent companies. Portfolio investments, however, recorded smaller inflows of 33.4 billion rand in the October to December period, compared to inflows of 45.6 billion rand in the previous 3 months. The government seeking to avoid a gas cliff. It wants the second phase of Operation Vulindlela to include oil and gas exploration. And that's ahead of the 2027 deadline when Sasol will stop supplying natural gas from Mozambique. Electricity and Energy Minister Josienzo Ramokgopa has held a government-to-government discussion with Qatar about a potential supply agreement, adding to the Memorandum of Understanding with Eskom and Sasol to collaborate on the supply of LNG supply opportunities in SA. Failure to find a solution ahead of the deadline could result in devastating consequences, as many industries such as food, chemicals and steel rely heavily on gas. In international news, global auto stocks plummeted today after President Donald Trump imposed tariffs on the U.S. vehicle sector, sparking concerns about the impact on global trade and industry profits. Let's take a look for more detail.
Shares in some of the world's largest auto companies tumbled on Thursday. The reaction comes after President Donald Trump put a wall of tariffs around the U.S. vehicle sector. He said 25% tariffs on imported cars and light trucks would begin on April the 3rd. And although the duties have been well flagged, shares in automakers from Frankfurt to Seoul fell. As European markets opened, shares in Volkswagen, Europe's top car maker, dropped 3.4%, while those in luxury brands BMW and Mercedes-Benz fell 4%. In Japan overnight, a reported $16.5 billion was wiped off transport stocks. Shares in Toyota fell 2.7%, Honda 3%, and Nissan, Hyundai Motor and Kia all fell too. According to S&P Global, Volkswagen is particularly in the frame. It estimates that 43% of its US sales are sourced from Mexico, as is Chrysler owner Stellantis, which along with Ford is one of the top producers of US vehicles based in Mexico. The head of Germany's Car Industry Association said the tariffs are a fatal sign for global trade. Almost half of the 16 million cars sold in the US last year were imported, with a total value exceeding an estimated $330 billion. The new levies could add thousands of dollars to the cost of an average vehicle in the US. Production could be hurt too, due to the intertwined manufacturing operations developed over decades by car makers across Canada, Mexico and the US.
And Swedish fast fashion retailer H&M reported weaker than expected sales for its first quarter and said sales were up 1% so far in March, and a sign of a slow start to its spring and summer season. Here's more detail in this report.
H&M has endured a weak start to the year. The fast fashion retailer said Thursday sales rose 2% over the December to February period, missing analyst expectations. The gain was then even weaker in March. H&M's income was hit by discounting, but Chief Executive Daniel Erver played down any concerns. He said the first quarter was always the weakest period for H&M and said he was feeling confident about the coming months. Erver took over little more than a year ago. He's trying to revive the company's prospects through better marketing to keep pace with rivals like Shein and Zara. That has seen costs rise as H&M spends big to sign up stars like singer Charlie XCX. The firm sponsored a string of her concerts last year. It has since signed up musicians including FKA Twigs to model its clothes. H&M also owns other brands including Arket and COS. It's been investing to upgrade stores and close weaker outlets. The firm now has just over 4,200 branches around the world, its lowest number since 2016. H&M shares fell in early trade Thursday, but later climbed back into positive territory.